Ooh, I have to go wingman here. I think Tactibear is too mainstream.
Tacti Bear, I think because honestly, I just like teddy bears, so I would just go for the bear.
Wingman. Wingman because he's so cute and like super unique in the way that he looks, but like in a super cute way, and he's very useful.
Wingman. Mainly because he's cuter than the bear.
Wingman. Because he's so cute and squishy.
I might go with Tacti Bear. I think cuter, just kind of like the bear aspect of it, kind of like teddy bear feeling.
Definitely entry. But, you know, it's all situational. Sometimes the lurk is the right move.
I think entry because that allows space for the lurk.
I think entry is really fun because it's very like flashy and you get a lot of like support involved with it, and it's like it's one of the most important roles.
Entry. I personally like being part of the pack.
I prefer to entry. Bait a little bit on the entry.
Lurk for sure. I would say because I've always been more of a lurker and it's been something I've been liking more.
Tilted. I usually have my wrist on an angle and it just feels like more comfortable. I don't know why.
Oh, definitely tilted. Not like one of those small keyboards. It's like, I don't know the proper term, but it's got like, you know, the arrow keys. So I need to tilt it so my mouse has enough space.
Okay, this is a very interesting question, and I'm glad you asked because I have the weirdest keyboard tilt ever. This is how I have my keyboard tilted.
I play with a straight keyboard. The slanted keyboard, I find it's like, I don't know, I have to have my arms spread out too much.
Definitely tilted. Like, that tilted.
Tilted because I play tilted, but mine's usually tilted the other way from how people normally tilt theirs.
Like unique to me specifically, or like
I lost what I was gonna say. Hold on.
I like having the chance and opportunity to have a community that is just focused on minority genders because I came from Overwatch before and back then there really wasn't anything. So it's created this opportunity that never existed before.
I love how like close-knit the community is. Everyone generally is like super sweet to me, you know, like even if we're competing with each other like on the opposite teams, we'll still cheer for each other.
Game Changers is unique to me because I definitely think Riot and Knights have definitely did a good job of being able to cultivate an enjoyable environment for people to compete in. It's definitely given me a stepping stone for me and like my career and what I want to do, like put myself out there and just be able to compete in such a safe space and lovely environment, and I'm very grateful that I was given the opportunity.
I love how there's just a whole nother scene for everyone to be like included in their own way, because of course a lot of people, they don't want to just, you know, be the best in GC. It's like a side quest type of thing. Everyone wants to move on and play co-ed and play at the higher level, but I think it's really nice to have something that makes us all feel included and be able to compete at this level until we get to that point. It's really cool. It's a really cool experience and something really cool to have.
Before I would just play games, I'd just play ranked, and I wasn't part of the community, and joining the community has been a really positive aspect of my life.
I've competed before, just a little bit in other games, and I wasn't able to really connect with other people, whether it be in a ranked environment or a competitive environment. So playing with, you know, other marginalized genders has been one of the first experiences like that I've had in my life.
Really, I think this is a big stepping stone for women and marginalized genders in this space, and it's special because I don't think we've ever seen anything else like it in any other esport.
Definitely just the experiences, like the people I've met and the things I've been able to do, like this is the dream, right? So I value Game Changers for the experiences I've been able to have and people that I like know and love now through Game Changers.
Just how welcoming it is, and just introducing new players that are wanting to compete, I feel like you have a pretty good chance.
I think what makes it unique to me specifically is the fact that I've been playing with the same teammate for the entire
entire time. I've been playing with Mel since Game Changers existed, so I think I'm a little bit different in that sense. I don't think any other player has done that, so.
I feel like a lot of people look forward to Game Changers and really prep for it. And I think because for my team, it's going to be the first time that they enter a tournament at this caliber, it'll really give us experience and exposure to the scene.
Open it is to get into, and it feels as though everyone's connected and everyone knows each other.
Well, this is it, guys. The last chance for these two teams that we've gotten to watch throughout this tournament to try and qualify into the main event here, VALORANT Game Changers Series 3. We have Catface going up against FlyQuest. We just... Man, it's like, swear to God, man. I swear to God. Okay, whatever you want to say, meow, if that's how you want to go about it. We gotta watch them, though. Just take a great upset on stream going up against Misfits. We'll have to see if they're capable of doing that one more time here, Potter, because already they're so close.
Yeah, for sure. And you know the pressure is absolutely on if you're FlyQuest Red. I mean, you just witnessed another signed org getting knocked out, and I mean, you just really start to have a little bit of PTSD coming in from the last GC where you weren't able to qualify. So absolutely the pressure is on, and it's up to FlyQuest Red to really deliver here.
I like what you mentioned about the pressure, because as the unsigned team coming into this for Catface, I mean, you already got to see the smiles on Renina's face, and she's talking about the pressure being on Misfits, and now I feel like, too, that FlyQuest, it's going to be that similar situation. And Catface, they seem to just be out here and having fun Vans, but they're doing so good while doing so. Yeah. And I feel like we got to see some like super plays coming out from Supercat and the rest of the squad.
Exactly, and I want to add emphasis on the rest of the squad as well, because I joked around saying it feels like they've been playing together for 16 years, but at least like even the family and friends alpha testing of VALORANT before it came out, because it looked like a well-oiled machine from the information of the gathering, the rotation that they have to do, the lurks to actually switched around over in their favor. The retakes have been pristine pretty much for this roster. I'm still going to be quite afraid for FlyQuest fans if they really want to see FlyQuest try to make it to the main event. Those dreams also might get shattered.
Definitely might get shattered. I have to agree. I think those fundamentals, it's surprising and kind of shocking that such a young team, newly formed, will have like such comfort in those normal fundamentals. So I think one thing is clear for sure is if this team practices the attack side of Lotus, they're gonna have one of the best Lotus maps I think that we've seen in GC so far. So I think that might be kind of the storyline if you look past on the history. This is a team that has absolutely put in a lot of work on like 50% of the map on the defense or on the attack, and it's looking damn good. So we'll see how many more maps they have that much level of, that many layers on, I guess.
Something I really enjoyed while watching Catface 2 was it kind of just seemed like everybody was performing at the same consistent level. Nobody was kind of left behind. Nobody's taking too far off ahead. But, you know, we do want to talk about Supercat a little bit more, because when we got to see a couple of the flashier plays coming out, I mean, Supercat was the one behind them going on forward in that last series there, Vans, and someone who was really just fun to watch on top of already fun squad.
I agree, and again, it has to go back with the well-oiled machine that was going on here from this team of Catface, because especially with these type of plays, in the beginning where you're throwing off a wrench and you're able to get judge kills that close on that first series against Misfits, but in other times, it's the supporting crew that wastes a lot of that utility down, allowing Supercat just to get great positioning, great entries, a super 1 versus 1 that was won there. I think it was a 1 versus 2 clutch almost that she brought up there, or that they brought up to be able to win that round coming out from the Cat team. Meow.
Yeah,
Colon 3.
That clutch was ridiculous. I can't believe she was able to convert that one.
We'll have to see though if Super Cat and the rest of Cat Phase here going up against FlyQuest and keep it going, because they were already tested once here in the lower bracket, and that doesn't end now. And when we're looking at this FlyQuest roster, it's definitely a team that we have a lot of eyes on going into this event, Potter. I mean, the roster is stacked all around. You're talking about young superstars. Well, this team is full of them as well, and already what we've gotten to see from them has been really great. They're looking to make this run.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the key moment for sure that really put this team on the map has to be that clutch coming out from Emily on Split. But for sure, all of these names are so recognizable through all the GCs, qualifying consistently, placing top 4, top 6 consistently. So to see this kind of squad not qualify the last time around, again, the pressure is absolutely on these shoulders.
And that's the scary part too, because it's not an easy ride for any team to be making it, but you know, too, just falling short the VALORANT Game Changers 2 and being just one step away now here in Game Changers 3 Vans, that there is a lot of pressure on this team, especially when you're going up against a young team like Catface that hasn't really been doing things for quite as long as you have. But I feel like too, this team has felt the pressure, just that Emily moment, it always goes back to that. And I feel like, too, when the team needs to advance, they can definitely be stepping up, because there's individual players like Emily Odona that can definitely be stepping up when needed to.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember the feature video that we had a couple of days ago about FlyQuest, and when we were able to open up FlyQuest as a storyline, as a mainstay that they should be able to make it to the top 8 right now. Remember Athena talking about, hey, we were losing, Emily was able to get the clutch, we have to do this for her. It almost felt like they did the same thing here when they started things off very shaky on the first map of Haven, when they had so many overtimes, and in the second map it was just them able to continue on throughout the whole series to make it to where they are right now. So they do have a complete roster. They have 2 all-star players in Emily and Dodona, as you can see the stats right now over here. And as Christine is mentioning here, they have so much firepower, but to fall short is probably the reason why they brought in Kamikaze. And Kamikaze has been cooking up some stuff, has been adding a lot more discipline into the way that FlyQuest has been playing, and their post plans, their positioning based off that has been very, very good and meticulous, to a point where you're not overheating and continuing to play your numbers advantage and secure these rounds. So if that continues on, especially when I think they lost like one of the maps and they stuck around for an hour and a half to do a VOD review to get ready for today, they are hungry to make it into the top 8. They want to go to Brazil, but it's still a tough opponent they have to come up against.
Yeah, it's not just Kamikaze with that drive, it's the entire team. And he was talking about it after the loss yesterday to Disguise. It was a little bit of a rough loss too, especially on the second map, but the whole team coming together, making sure that they could be ready for today. And the words at the end, when you're a competitor, you either win or you learn, and that's what I expect from today's loss. And Potter, I feel like that's a really good championship mindset to be having for the team. The losses, they're going to happen. It's how they pick themselves back up and keep moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're not willing to lose, then you definitely don't deserve to win. So definitely being able to lose with class, it's a skill. It's something that you have to learn as a competitor as well, and it's something that you have to prioritize. So it's good to see, good head on their shoulders, and going through the motions at least, and you can see it, right? The fundamentals, being such a wholesome team. I think FlyQuest is one of the most wholesome teams in GC. Yeah. Every time I see them, and you know, the culture that Myrna, Athena has set over there on that squad, it's clear. It's clear as day. So definitely, I mean, I'm rooting for them. Again, the pressure is just absolutely on, but this is what it takes. This is what it takes, especially as Van says, to make it to Brazil.
Yeah. I just want to add one quick thing, though, to throw a wrench this time on the analyst desk, because I know in the green room, somebody said they were going all in on Misfits now. But now that they're not here, let's just
chill. Chill. What the hell?
All right,
I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna break this up before you two are fighting. I feel like that'd make for a little awkward cast here. We love all our teams. We love all our teams. I'm gonna be heartbroken for whichever doesn't make it further in this series. But looking ahead at our series and the map picks and bans that we have on the horizon, this is one that I definitely took a second glance at, because Catface, they used to be picking up Split as their first pick. Then they went over to Haven. Potter, this time they're going to be picking up Bind, and this actually looks really good on the back of what happened yesterday to fly against Disguise.
Yeah, it does. And you know, I'm glad that Haven, even though they won off the back of Luna Fox. So I feel like, you know, going in, especially after a confidence win in that series, you're on your Revenge Arc tour, bust out the bind. You know, this was one of the maps as well where they had an extremely strong one-sided half. So, you know, hopefully they're able to just really talk about that attack side, or rather the defense side, to be able to get a couple more rounds on the board, maybe have a quicker, faster start, to have a little bit more cushion, because the last thing you want is to have another one-sided half to where you have to really claw your way out. I mean, this is gonna be, it might even go the distance, right? So give yourself some cushion, I think, and that's exactly what Bind should be able to do here.
Yeah, I agree with Christine. Even bringing out Bind is not really a big curveball coming out from Catface, because they played it so many times throughout this Game Changers, as FlyQuest did as well. And it almost seems like you want to try to keep stuff fresh, right? To see how FlyQuest has been playing in the past, how they played yesterday rather versus DSG, and lost that, so that they could learn a little bit of what mistakes they kind of went through, especially if it goes down to the same composition that FlyQuest has played against DSG, because if it's the same case, then it should be a mirror match, so you know all the strengths and weaknesses that you already have as Catface with this composition, which is usually like a chamber, a double controller, a lineup here, a la Loud, that they kickstarted that off here during the VCTs. So understanding that, and then understanding how your opponents play, you have a chance once again to have the veto on your side here for Catface.
Like how you talk about keeping it fresh too, as we get to see that map 2 picked up by FlyQuest to be Lotus, and then the Decider of Haven. The same 2 maps we've gotten to see all tournament long,
Yep.
but you know, at least Catface is warmed up on them, and both teams are going to be putting on a show. That being said, it's time to be heading in our first map of Bind to see who's going to be getting that first shot here to try and make it to the main event.
Thank you, Sierra. And yeah, Potter, I just love that we're going straight into the game. I mean, we had our little introduction, but all 10 players seem to be very much ready to kick things off here. Again, it is do or die for Catface and also for FlyQuest. But for Catface, it's almost like, you know, you got nothing to lose. And FlyQuest, they have everything, as they need to make it to the top 8 at least. That's their goal, because they fell so short last time.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, that nothing to lose attitude, as you mentioned, Vans, we kind of witnessed it in that interview with Vernina. She was just having fun, you know, so many giggles, and you know, that kind of energy, you really need that, especially to alleviate some of that pressure. Sure, the squad is coming in as that underdog, but you still want to win as a competitor. So having fun at least, and having your teammates to lean on for that sort of vibe is going to be important coming in. And for FlyQuest, they're going to need some of that here as well. It looks like, Vance, we've got the mirror comps that you were talking about earlier. And
this is what I also love from FlyQuest, is when you're looking at this roster, and it was almost like a joking around fashion where Emily tweeted out at some point, like, hey, Donut came for my job, but now became best friends, because they were kind of like mixing up the duelist role at that point, but it's still a good identity that FlyQuest has overall. So when you're looking at this, to see Emily playing a Raze instead of like an Omen controller on other maps, it still makes sense. Now, is it going to be good enough to go against Supercat? That is soon to find out here, as FlyQuest will start things off on a defense in a standard 3-2, more pressure towards the A side, and Catface looking to default across the map.
FlyQuest are ready to fight for hookah here, though. You see 3 players close to that TP, 2 players peeking at a hookah. If anyone from Catface lets them know that they're in this general vicinity, you can absolutely expect some explosion. Ooh. And already, they just kind of jumped the gun, but, you know, that could be some misdirection. Early rotations could come through here. Either way, that noise cue, with intent, could throw a spanner in the works here for the attack side.
Yeah, already enough time has gone through, and rotation for Mluo to still have that second smoke available for short if needed. But for Catface, they're awaiting all of this out, all of this utility, the smoke to dissipate towards the market and work back for, again, another default, but inching more towards this split on this B side.
Yeah, and slow pace is the name of the game when Chamber's on the other side. You want to buy some time to get that showers control, get that player inserted, and this is exactly why. Vernina finding that opening pick, and that's everything for the attack side.
Yeah, so far from the rendezvous, the teleportation available there from that Chamber, and still wanted to bring the fight and capitalizes on the first blood of the series. Catface now has all the opportunity in the world to move inside this A site and to go for the plant, especially after that second kill onto Han. Rotation is way too far away as the pulse plant looks to be imminent now for Catface.
Playing this round so well is Catface. You can even see that Lunafox has the flanks all covered. They understand that all the rotations are going to be coming here through spawn.
Yeah. Going back
Strong
towards the
post
showers
plants
and
here as well.
healing too. That's so good.
Yeah, absolutely.
First contact TP out now from the defenders. Dodona trying to regain access as a double swing comes out from FlyQuest, but Vernita is still left unattended. An opportunity for a backstab as Lunafox is also moving forward. That clock is ticking down. We have to act quick for FlyQuest, but it works out here for Catface. 3 versus 1, only 1 left to go. Yeah, Emily will have a little bit of a silver lining with potentially an ace. She's going to get it, but the piss round still goes here for Catface.
Good job securing the round if you're Catface there. Emily, I mean, listen, that's very close to a Raze ult. And we highlighted Emily a little bit, the clutch plays, the hero storylines. That's a hot start, but unfortunately a little too late. I mean, Catface played that round beautifully. You saw the game plan coming through. You saw the aggression, that TP play for FlyQuest to start things off. But Catface, they knew they needed to buy time. They inserted Vernina. She finds the opening pick. Then that post is just textbook plays. Lunafox holding the post flank, and no matter how many aces Emily gets, they're still going to win that round.
Yeah, exactly. And then just keeping now the economy low. All classics, nothing invested now for the defender side. And for what looked very static on the radar, we were just trying to see for Catface if there's going to be any flashes from the sky out towards Long B and then go for some sort of a trap play. But with a minute left on the clock, they have to be the ones making a move here for Catface as finally, with a minute left, it's time to find and outsource the information. As for FlyQuest, a little bit of an overread to try to stack up towards the A side. But again, we're on these classics, and this is a classic way to play it.
Okay. Calm down, Vans. Not yet, okay? Not yet.
Come on!
I think that Emily... I thought Emily was trying to over-rotate to try to snag that showers orbs as well.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like that, but at this point, I think she's just trying to use that paint shell to delay time. Time is ticking away.
Yeah.
I mean, 30 seconds. 4 players on this A site, Vans.
And that pick was perfect now to flood and rotate Catface back towards the A site where the 4 players are with these classics. Pain shells to try to split the map, but still the openers are for FlyQuest. And none of the shots are landing for Catface. A full classic Eco Cobra coming out in favor of the defenders to tie up the game instantly.
Ay, caramba. Oh no, you hate to see it again. I really like the mobility coming out from Catface. They thought they had the read, and it's just unfortunate that FlyQuest, they don't bite. They hold their guns. And, you know, Emily, she threw her nade a little too early there as well. But even with that mistake, just the sheer numbers the defenders had on that A site was just too much to handle. Now they're broke, man. They're so broken. There's already an operator out for Dodo Nut.
Yeah. And taking control of the showers area. Tapping the orb, forcing a peek out of Vernita. Very well done, and that's a 2-for-1. 1 kill in 1 orb, putting Emily 1 away from an ult in her bonus.
They just heard Han there. They're going to throw the paint shell to take this fight. Okay, good timing for Han. She decides to leave. If she popped that dog there, things could have got real dicey real fast. But Super Cat is so aggressive.
Yeah, that smoke's going to split the attack. And the wall even towards the hookah is lowering the HP of a Lunafox, but somehow still, it's the classics this time in favor of the attack, opening up the B site towards the back of the site, though Athena is doing whatever she could do, but with a Vandal now given away here on this post plant for the attackers to plant. Cafes are looking really good here to win this round.
Yeah. 2 satchels. And this crossfire is going to be deadly. Super good reposition. There's going to be a nice little bait and switch here as well.
Yeah.
This is going to be tough. If you're Dodo Nut, you don't want to you just bought this operator.
Exactly.
You spent every dollar you had.
Might nullify the whole bonus. This that first kill.
Oh,
Showstopper
boy.
out already.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. A wall bang with the headhunter and not a Rosa ult for the retake. Maybe a great way to use that ult to win the round here for FlyQuest as they take the lead 2-1.
Oh no. If you're FlyQuest, you are rejoicing, but man, that looked impossible.
Yeah.
The fact that Emily finds that opening and just gets the showstopper to just seal the deal there is VALORANT at its finest. That is VALORANT at its finest right there.
How we lose it around? No, it's VALORANT. Okay, cool. Go next.
Oh boy. But you know what? That's an easy shake off at the same time. If you're Cat Face, that's an easy shake off. You know what? Unlucky. Emily just randomly got the ult. We go again. That was beautiful map control. That was an insane post plant. That's exactly what you want if you're Cat Face.
100%. You nullified here the showstopper. You're forcing out a full gun round for FlyQuest. No more bonus now on the line. So a big round for both of these teams. The economy may still be good though for FlyQuest, even if they lose this round here. So it's a much more needed round here for Catface to convert. They're looking quickly to move into this B site. Yes, indeed, the crossfire looks pretty good. Mluo, look at that flash. I mean, all the assists is there with that triple stack into B. And even looking to be a flawless. I mean, look at the damage. How much damage has been done here against FlyQuest, Christine?
Well, my math isn't the best, but I think it's 0.
Yeah, you're correct.
I do believe we're at 0 here. Julia just kind of wondering what the hell her teammates are doing towards that long B, but we'll see if she can actually do a little bit of damage. I think she knows that the operator's on the board, so she can't even freely just take duels either.
Yeah. And that's the question as well. The operator was invested for Vernita, so it's out of the hands here for Julia to be able to move forward and pick that up and try to salvage to the next round. So on its 5 versus 1, the only thing you can really do is try to survive in this hookah. 23 seconds left. She'll start hearing the footsteps potentially here, but smarter move by Han. Just shifting back to the walk key. 6 cents out by Julia. There's that first easy kill.
Uh-oh.
But it'll be heard here. Athena's trying to move her way up towards that market. Spot it. Now, Julia's just stuck inside hookah. Chase in here, not to allow this Phantom to be saved.
Wow.
Wow. Julia to make it expensive against her opponents. Well done.
Yeah, that's a round win if you're Julia there.
Yep.
Absolutely a round win. I mean, the fact that we were just talking about how little damage, in fact 0 there was, and I was just getting ready, Vance, to tell you about how amazing and disciplined that crossfire was to open things off in that B site. We saw Athena just tucked perfectly, a beautiful flash to come through, that ping pong off the site with these players. It was incredible. It took a lot of discipline, but man, things almost falls apart there. And that's a lot of money wasted. Thankfully, for FlyQuest Red, they win the round either way, and that operator is still in Dodo Nut's hands, so that's a lot of control still moving forward.
And we're even calling out an early timeout in round number 4, the one that you lost here, to try to see what you could do in round number 5. You remember, they kept maybe 1 rifle only for Julia, and the rest were pretty broke. So this timeout's probably going to be used more for like that round number 7. I don't think we're going to be that close to many ults to try to leverage this timeout into round number 5, but I'd like to think here, your thoughts, Christine, on such an early timeout coming out here from Catface.
You know, I think hopefully they're talking about maybe, guys, we can just hold on to our nades. If they don't start fighting us at top B and hookah, and we don't see anyone shooting at us by the time we get up to top B, they're probably doing that same crossfire. So hopefully they're talking about some sort of utility to be able to flush out those angles, because again, they've had that map control. They've been in position to be able to execute, and we've seen some decent post plants out of them. So we're not too far off, to be honest. This has been a very close first half.
Yeah. And we actually are pretty close for a couple of ults. Supercat is trying to lean up towards his long B here with Ev. Trying to potentially contest towards that long B, and the sights of that orb is gone. It's been picked up by the defenders already controlling both orbs. Was FlyQuest at the beginning of this round.
That bird saying not blinded should allow Catface to, again, start holding on to that utility. They've inserted Super Cat up top B. That's a lot of info. Still paint shells in hand. That will definitely help on this execute. This is looking like very close to that pistol round that we saw earlier.
Yeah. This time, though, if it's going to be a pistol round, it's Vernita moving in against an Opper. Both Jiggle peeking. Still no shots coming from Donut. There it is.
Wow.
Contact. TP back towards the site. Support to help the rest of the team. Paint shells coming in, denying the plant to go down.
Left.
And that's the beauty of the composition you have on a defense as well. As much as you said, let's save our nades on Catface, FlyQuest is doing the same thing.
Spike down.
Exactly. Exactly. Nice shots coming through, and again, this is looking like a clean round from FlyQuest. They got to keep it and maintain that.
10 seconds left. Beautiful flash coming out. And Hunter, vulnerable. Ev finally
Beautiful.
falls, and there you go. Yeah, keeping 2 alive. The economy's still pretty healthy for the rest of FlyQuest, but now we're going to try to see if the full value of that timeout that was just called before by Catface is going to be utilized now on their attack. For me, I've seen here, Christine, a little bit of free orb control from the defenders of FlyQuest up towards Showers, where Vanitas has a responsibility to run it alone. So I like this little switch from the Sky and Raze to try to pressure right back.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see that the Sky Eve already just won off the orb as well. So they really want to just party towards Shower. I'm sure that if the contest was here, they'd be fully ready to just invest everything and go in for it. But not this time around. Should be a free orb.
Yep.
But look at the stack. I mean, look how disciplined. FlyQuest, they're okay with this. They actually want this.
Destroyed. Pushing all the way up.
Once Dodo Nut TP's away, though, this should be interesting on how Super Cat reacts. Ult in hand.
Even runs away with the kill.
Oh,
Maybe
no.
don't even need that ult anymore. Emily's just going to play the bait and switch as well, thinking that the TP, there was nobody there. And that's 3 instant going down for Catface. And it almost felt like the game plan was almost there. A perfect control here for Catface towards Showers, but that was all bamboozled by by just running to FlyQuest's trap on short A.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, the prep coming through so strong here for FlyQuest. Absolutely can see it. They look so clean in these setups and protocols. Everyone reacting optimally. I was hopeful that, you know, we would see a little bit more of that loosey-goosey style that we saw towards the latter half of Lotus in that last series coming out. I was hopeful that Super Cat would just react instantly as soon as they heard that chamber TP towards that pocket.
Yeah.
You know, things can get dicey, but also that's the hero plays that we saw coming out from Lotus. That's what enabled a lot of those retakes to happen. So for Catface, they've got to stay true to their guns here.
Want to play? Let's play.
One of those guns is the ult coming out from Vernita. Duel to False trying to look out and take control of Luca here as Catface looking to pressure on the split towards B. Emily waiting around the corner, but it's an off angle. Oh, the jiggle. I think she saw the pointy cannon of the Duel to False. There's that swing out. Easy headshot. Early player advantage out for FlyQuest.
A lot of ground taken as well. Okay, no swarm factor. No swarm factor. It's all good.
Yep. 1 kill is the only thing to the name of Catface on this eco and ult that we had. I have an idea of trying to split towards this B site, but FlyQuest is really making this a one-sided affair to kick things off in this series.
They are, but you know, we perfectly delivered this in our opening segment, me and Sierra. You know, we talked about the fact that this is pretty on brand for Catface. We saw it on Lotus. They put a lot of focus on one half. We saw their bind last time as well, a slow start. I'm sure if you're Catface, you would have loved to have a hot start here, but you feel pretty confident that going into the second half, you have everything you need. You've seen it before. You've seen strong second halves just today. So, you know, just reminding each other in this timeout that we're all good. You know, our ultimates, we're going to have another round of them. Let's just get a couple more rounds on the board and stay strong, and you're all good. And for FlyQuest, I mean, you're looking so clean that they're just chilling over there. They're absolutely just chilling, being like, all right, guys, well, let's just keep playing the way we're playing.
100%. And if you just tuned into the stream right now, I mean, if you've missed the first series where Catface got the victory against Misfits, one of the things not only on Luna Fox's skill is the way that Catface are able to play these retakes have been so good. So burning 2 timeouts so early in the game might be like a warning of being like, oh crap, are they really trying to scramble here? But if anything, it's just trying to salvage a couple of rounds here on the attack because they have that confidence on the way that they played the defense in the last series that they could probably do the same thing against FlyQuest once they take the defensive half. So try to work what FlyQuest is currently doing here on this showers control.
Chamber versus chamber.
Yeah, exactly. Finally for the first time on the B side. Op versus op. Oh!
Won't fall for it again.
Yep. Well
We've
done.
been seeing a lot of deja vus today. That's the second or third one today for sure.
Actually, the utility is called a rendezvous, Christine, not a deja vu.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, sorry,
that's
it's
on
all
me.
good. I forgive you.
That's on me.
You're still a champion.
Good readjust. You know, Han, she's feeling the pressure. You can see that she wants to be able to equalize or find something. That bird doesn't give her anything, so potentially an early rotate to happen, but you can see here that Catface, they're all regrouping.
Showstopper 2 to try to open it up. Unfortunately, Han has fallen down as she was trying to retreat back towards spawn, and just at the feet, what a shot there by Supercat, landing their rocket right at the feet of Mluo, and that will basically cancel out any type of attempt to try to retake this B site with the showstopper that Emily actually had for FlyQuest. They've done it before, but it was a 2 versus 3.
For sure. I was afraid to say that because as we were going to say that, they would try to make some magic happen, and you can see that they're sniffing around.
Yep.
They don't want to give up just quite yet. They want to at least do some damage before they get out of here.
Green, look at their money. Okay to lose some weapons here, as long as they could take down some bodies with them. At least one check mark, as Emily is doing a lot of noise just to try to get that one.
Oh,
there's
boy.
that second kill, yeah, so that's very good.
Okay. Round done. Job done. I mean, timeout, value.
100%. And off
Yeah.
that confidence of, hey, it doesn't matter if we're trailing 6-1 at this point. We know how they're working towards this double push in showers. It doesn't really matter for us to try to go for the sky and raise. Vernita, just do your thing. And she's done it before here on the Killjoy Haven before in that previous series, and this time around still has that same confidence with the op on a chamber and gaining that space and that player advantage early here for Catface.
And you
And
can
again,
see FlyQuest. Yeah, they set up for that same short A peak, and Dodo Nut once again getting picked off early. And they're just trading blows. Emily's in there.
all right. So trading for a 1-for-1, which now initiates Catface rushing towards the A site. Pit coming out too. Orbital strike just to try to deny for a bit. It allows for a rotate to happen a little bit more quickly after the plant goes down here on the A site.
Yeah, but not in time to delay and capitalize off that brim. Oh, this post plant, the position should be optimal. As I say that though, Eva's all alone in U-Haul. That could be a problem.
Ooh. Spamming behind the Seekers though, that's the pit down. Opshot now being hurt towards short A as where we also have the orbital strike at least for Catface on the post plant. So trying to keep her alive is the name of the game. Vernita spots the tip of the Vandal, but still contacts onto Emblem first. Headshot coming on to Vernita. Early orbital strike, 2 versus 1. Paint Shells does not connect. It's a fake flash to allow Lunafox to get the first kill onto Emily. The tap on the spike, the swing across. And will they have enough time? Unfortunately not. The round will still come in here for Catface.
Just by the slimmest of margins, and that was off the opening pick. Dodo Nut just dying there as well, and I was just highlighting all these different setups for FlyQuest. You know, we've been seeing the orb bait and switch. This time though, Vernina so ready for it.
One enemy remaining.
What a Red Bull
Things
clutch.
are taking a turn. Yeah, that Red Bull clutch coming through.
And Lunafox, yeah, it doesn't look like she's really there on the frag department, but is really doing her job here, as is Brimstone, to really try to create that space on these hits when Vernita is the first one that's getting contact, and try to run through this smoke, maybe to surprise an opponent, but unfortunately is greeted by the boombot, instead of Emily, will be forced to fall back.
Yeah, you gotta give some kudos to Vernina to try. She tried to outplay and LOS that Boombot, but Boombot too strong. And another A fast hit. Fast U-Haul control here.
Yeah. Not as deep going into it. At first, we were trying to see if there's going to be any utility coming in first. A trade-off, a showdown inside U-Haul. It's being won right now by the defenders. As they have a one-player advantage, make that even 2. One more on the swing, a jiggle peek. Now a little bit of a high-low peek. Now 2 shots are being hurt there. 2 sets of shots. As that's now identified by Lunafox. What a swing there by Athena. Nice little tap in the end. And FlyQuest finally answer back.
And a great answer it was. I mean, power in numbers, even though they didn't have that many, they only had 3 on that A site, they felt like they had a lot more. You know, you saw Emily tucking back, really using her teammate and Athena back site there. And again, those crossfires holding true and strong. And that's kind of been the name of the game here for FlyQuest all half long, is again, those setups. They really believe in them, and it's paying off hugely here.
And with the amount of rounds that you were able to string here for Catface, nonetheless, a round that you lose still puts you in a lower buy. And early in these rounds, like, look at the amount of control that FlyQuest is getting, grabbing these orbs, and finally Donut is able to answer back that way around with a little bit of an elbow peek.
That's a sliver.
Yeah,
that was a tiny little sliver. Love to see it. Love to see it, and good comms here coming through. Athena taking a little gander with her wall. The thing about this B site, you and I have talked about this a lot before, Vans, is you just don't want to give them the space to swarm on you. You want to take the long range duels, and well,
I mean, you got the long duel on long B that you lost, and then just short duels in U-Haul as well, so what happens now?
Well, what happens is Emily is on Raze, okay?
True,
Emily is on Raze, and she's going to be the hero that we need. In fact, they're leaving because they don't want her to be the hero.
They just knew, yeah, they just knew. Leaving at least Vernina behind. So Vernina is going to be that
sound
lurk.
cue. Yeah.
That's information.
Uh-oh.
Oh, nice little shot by Donut. But the more times wasted by these pain shells, by these snake bites, gives an opportunity for this backstab to come through here for Vernina with the Vandal. Unawares are the last 2 players of FlyQuest still looking back towards the spawn. There's that first headshot, now letting her team know that Emily has gone in the site. And this is where she shines, still able to win, isolate 1v1s, and look how passively we're playing here. Discipline once again. This time around, though, for Catface, as they're able to win a Thrifty.
Oh boy. And in the nick of time as well. In the nick of time. FlyQuest, pretty unusual for them to lose rounds like that, you know, especially when they had the advantaged weaponry, but just because they're so disciplined. But Catface, I mean, they were just able to really group up and make it deep into that U-Haul.
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see for this last round if FlyQuest, if they actually fight for short A again this time, or if they just give free reign once again. Okay, here's the Viper's ult.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's going to slow down Catface and try to work the map on the extremities, and the wall bangs, yeah, they do a little bit of damage. But Athena has not decided to give that up yet, just keeping it safe behind the wall first.
Operators out for both squads. Nobody wants to give a pick. You can see all the jump spots coming through. That dog, okay, it does get value here. Only sees the Viper though.
Yeah. That's what's changed though. FlyQuest are using their Opera for the first time on the B side at long, and now understanding that the dog's towards the A side, they don't have to face against the Op of Donut. So Cafe still wants to try to push in towards this A side and work around the Viper's pit, clearing out the back of the A side's name of the game.
Athena has a huge reposition here. Huge reposition. Able to really control the short.
With that, forces Catface to move out from the showers, and on the top of the APC, Emily was waiting, greeting 2 players right there, doing what she can.
Down A.
Once more, a solo play in initiation on this 1 versus 3. It's Super Cat this time around, with 14 seconds left on the clock. The Spike's out in the open on the bench. Doesn't clear the showers, gets picked off, and as we're starting to see this comeback coming out, though, Christine,
Switching sides.
of Catface, it seems it's finally been calmed down, though, by FlyQuest's last 2 rounds.
Yeah, it certainly has indeed. But, you know, I've been talking about deja vus and how many times we've seen them today so far. This bind, another 4-8, another one-sided half for Catface. And I gotta say, this is looking like another deja vu going into the second half.
Yeah, we'll have to see if it'll be the Matrix all over again, this time with a different team. But when you're facing against a bunch of Agent Smiths, it's still the same fight. So for Catface, can it bring it out now on the defensive half, focusing 3 players towards showers. Very heavy pressure now to start things off.
Yeah, just a solo Viper at B here, but I guess they're okay with it. Maybe a lot of shower aggression, a push through and on top of it, but those 2 smokes are so weird.
Yeah.
Okay. They want a line of sight directly to spawn. The Viper wall as well. Just creating a little highway for Athena to lurk. Wow.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Orb got picked up. Vernina trying to jiggle across now, gets spotted by the Rays. Pushing forward here is Emily. FlyQuest, though, it's still very slow work right now across the map.
Toxin screen down.
Yeah, Catface have so much discipline right now. You can see the sky is rotating, probably going to send a bird, get a little bit of information here, but nobody else is rotating. But FlyQuest, they've regrouped. Spike is on the way towards B. At least right now, Eve, she's made it here.
Toxins going up.
Will allow a split and a flood right into the B site. Stopped in the air. Paint shells coming on defense, and it's Catface
1 enemy remaining.
just answering every single duel. And a little bit too late there. Doing it, the responsibility right there was going to be the backstab lurk. Avoids at least a flash to get a surprise kill. You know the round is going to come in here at least for Catface, and a nice little Goomba stomp before the kill.
The cavalry's arrived,
exactly,
Vans.
exactly.
The cavalry's arrived. I mean, this is it. This is the win con coming through on the defense for Catface. We saw it in that first series on defense. The ride or die mentality. When those rotates arrive in time, they know those fundamentals. They know how to swing for each other. So that ping pong that they create, it really shines for them. So even though a lot of the time they're not looking as clean as FlyQuest, they're really able to be scrappy with some of these retakes on the defense.
Yeah. And with this round, just trying to farm orbs, at least for FlyQuest, it seems like. Flash and paint shells first, clearing out the showers. We're giving out here to Han.
I'd just like to have a normal anti-eco, please. A clean one.
I'm gonna hold my breath and let you talk, Christine, because I'm not gonna count. I'm not gonna count on it. Their classics last time on the first half has been pretty good here for FlyQuest on defense. Can they do the same this time on attack?
The jump spots coming through, those fundamentals that Vernina was talking about. As long as they don't let them swarm, we'll be Gucci. That shot was close. That shot was close, Vans.
It would have been the start of something awful there for sure, but with that...
Oh, I love this, though.
Yeah, room to breathe.
Oh, I thought they were regrouping back towards B to just kind of re-hit it. They are doing that, but they're coming here towards Hookah. You can see that strong side is A. One small headshot, one wrong move on this swarm, and B site's all of a sudden going to be
30 seconds left
for the taking.
Oh boy. Open though for the crossbar setup. Beautiful flash. Oh no.
Oh,
it's the classics once again. Supercat moves inside the side on a 5 versus 1 in
boy.
there. Oh no.
Man, it's happened. It's happened.
I said I was going to let you speak, Christine, so go ahead.
Well, what's happening here is that the insurance plan coming through for Athena, a backstab on top of the Thrifty. Just classics galore. Just classics galore.
Is it a flawless too? It's going to be a flawless, isn't it?
Oh, Jesus.
It's a flawless. It's a flawless Thrifty.
Well, you know that storyline that I was telling you about the defense.
Yeah,
and
that's on Lotus, right? That's
yeah,
on Lotus.
that was on Lotus. See, we're on Bind now. We're on buy now. This
Okay,
is
I get the
completely
story.
different.
I get the story.
Completely different.
That's
Yeah, I
right,
should have
that's right.
clarified that. That's on me.
All good.
My bad.
All good. Chat accepts your apology, right? I apologize as well, chat. I was on board with Christine. I actually forced Christine to tell that storyline.
Teleport's ready.
All right, Vans. We got 2 sheriffs out on the board and a ghost.
Yeah.
This is a little bit invested.
Yeah.
And a telegraph short A push.
I remember Catface with 2 sheriffs a couple of rounds ago as well towards U-Haul when they had the attack, but it's not going to be the case. No surprise factor towards short A. The surprise instead is towards long B as Emily gets the first blood in this round. And look at how passive we're playing still for FlyQuest. We're just still walking towards cave, towards long B, trying to hear if we could see, trying to see if we could hear the foot stomps out for rotations from Catface, but instead it's a teleportation instead. 2 TPs coming through. FlyQuest is looking for another flawless.
So aware. So aware. Oh boy.
Yep, that's why it's called a headhunter. And now with the last 2 here on the pulse plant set up by FlyQuest, it's pretty much going to be impossible.
One enemy remaining.
So again, these moments where Catface has really answered back on pistols and anti-ecos, it really just gets denied right away. The next round by FlyQuest, and we've seen this repeat on that first half before. Winning the eco that FlyQuest had, and they just strung so many rounds, but this time, you don't have that many rounds left to work with here for Catface, so you have to activate now.
Yeah, and you know, we talked about having a little bit of that wiggle room, but once again, we're same position, but at least the saving grace is same position. They've been in this position before.
Yep.
A strong purchase coming in. No ultimates though, and FlyQuest Han already working with the Seekers. And right now, FlyQuest completely controlling the pace. So this Seekers is absolutely going to help that. Allowing FlyQuest to know exactly, is this a shower setup? Is this a short A setup? And they react, they read.
Yeah, they had snake bites in the back, Seekers to confirm the 2 players inside showers, so easy plant now. Well, until now.
Oh wait, the
just put
molly?
a molly on the ground, indeed. Dog coming out, stunning her as she falls back in the back of the site, being tagged through the Radiant boxes. And then, though FlyQuest is not committed to plant right after that molly that was left on the ground.
Yeah, it should have been as easy a plant as you described. A little bit of hesitation, not sure exactly what the delay was. Spike right now stuck in pocket. And Lunafox going for more. I mean, these 2 players in shower right now, they've got to be handled.
Yeah. But we just saw the tip of the judge out from Emily here. Lunafox with the high-low setup. Nice little kill there onto Emluo. But it's still a 2 for 2. Oh my god. Donut is going to be insane so far. Or has been insane so far with his headhunter and continues to do so. On the attack.
30 seconds left.
And that will finally allow the plant to come down. And Emily, that judge that we mentioned before, still has now aggressive control in the back of U-Haul.
Here.
So crisp, so crisp. Both members of the defenders are together, itching forward. Here we are, 2v2. Dodo Nut.
Flash
Beautiful
on the
flash.
swing. Nicely done. Julia capitalizes on that one. Guardian is what's left. You have to be on point on the taps. What a retake coming out here from Catface. A 2 versus 3 that Julia and Ev were able to come back with.
They have the magic. They have the magic, Vans, on the defense.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. They have the magic. They shouldn't have won that round, but again, the communication's coming through. They're able to really just pick and choose what duels they want. Of course, that flash coming through in the nick of time and completely blinding out Dodo Nut was beautiful. And right in the nick of time as well, right? I mean, you talked about it. The headhunter, the one taps, the steady aim coming at a Dodo Nut. She's been warming up all half. She's been looking good. So that's exactly what Catface needed.
Tell me here, Dodo Nut.
Ouch. Okay, too tall. I know all about that, Vance.
So do I.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
But yeah, you're talking about Dodo Nut just popping off, currently at 14-6. So yeah, maybe not really the type of activation you would want to receive here on the receiving end of Catface. That said, a little bit of a switch. You talked about the satchels that kind of miss on the control towards showers, but they are definitely moving Dodo Nut towards this B-side control on the fountain with this Tour de Force. But look at FlyQuest. They're walking right into 3 players playing aggressive angles into B.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Catface, they've got the perfect setup to be able to respond here. The Rays should be able to do a lot in hookah. Re-aggress even maybe. Viper is here to put that wall back up. Instead, it's a Brim smoke.
Yeah, nicely done. That delays the clock with 40 seconds left. FlyQuest now has to... They see the sense of urgency to move towards this A site. Nice ADS from Lunatox.
Oh no!
Answered right back by the Guardian. A repeat that was maybe unnecessary for now. Plant comes down for FlyQuest. A 4 versus 4.
Yeah, unlucky. You know what? Julia has found the time to TP quickly, but a flank is on the flanker as well. But she's aware. Julia's completely aware.
Sticking out. Oh,
boy.
That's gotta be a moment where you're looking at the radar. As Vernita just got the headshot back onto Emily at least. Little room to breathe.
Nice shot.
Until Donut lands that and lands that second. TP's away, elbow sticking out. Support from the rest of the team very soon, but not even needed. 4 kills in the round.
Okay, Donut is just flexing now on us. Just, we get it, Donut. You have really good aim. You don't have to headshot with the op, okay?
Yeah.
It's still 1 shot, 1 kills. You have great aim. We get it.
You know what? Maybe Valorant needs to show us how much damage we would do with the headshot if it was full damage. So it'll be even way more satisfying. You know, headshot, 482 damage, and everybody's gonna be aiming for headshots with an operator just like Donut is right now.
Look at Han. 18 assists, man.
Yeah.
I mean, she's putting in work.
Definitely doing her job. Unsung hero for sure. To get the information, to help her teammates get into position as well. And to support this round over, with Catface changing the pace, trying to dress down towards long B to start, but again, beautifully read by FlyQuest at the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. And you can see that they're just regrouping back to their IGL, who's had full control of Short A the whole time. But during this, Super Cat, 1 off ultimate and has a Vandal and is on a flank. So depending on how this duel goes and what this timing looks like, things could get dicey, but this should be a plant at least for Fly.
Yeah. Plant information, unleash on Julia, holding the angle on top of heaven.
Oh my god.
Can they get the timing? It's being read. Athena's already watching it.
Oh!
Still watching it. And now that's a 1v1 right there. Pain Shells to swing her out of position and still wins it. Last one now stuck in the back of the APC, only with the Sheriff. And you can pretty much say here at this point that FlyQuest are going to be at map point. They figured out really how Catface are trying to run the defense and really doing a good job working that map around. They don't really have to rush into sites, working the map into their defaults quite well. And this is why we see this result.
Yeah, it's exactly as you say. They're just methodical.
Yeah.
It's clean, it's crisp. It's Dodo Nut looking like a superstar, but everyone putting in work. I say that, and Emily has 20 frags. Dodo Nut's not even top fragging, so absolutely a team effort, and it's just clean.
Yeah. I mean, Dodo Nut playing the chamber on the attack like she was a positional opera as a jet, pretty much, with a TP available instead of a dash, and making that work. And we highlighted it, those two duelists being the mainstay and the superstars of FlyQuest to be able to put up these numbers. But this time around, trying to work towards the B site.
And as they work the B site here, we're about to see some flying raises this round. 2 showstoppers in play, double satchels. That's good info. And Emily's going in.
Even short.
Invested, but no.
It was a nice try. Never wanted to go for the double satchel, just trying to get into a nice position to catch Ev off guard. But gets punished instead.
Yeah, I thought for sure she was going to pop that showstopper, but didn't believe that they were actually fully contesting there. You can see that at least Athena has pretty good ground, and you can see also Dodo Nut in prime position, just staring at a trip, listening.
Yep.
So a lot of opportunities, at least for FlyQuest to recover here.
This would be important to re-clear towards long B here for FlyQuest, because that's an exit with the time remaining. They could TP back towards the A side if they wanted to, but instead, somebody has to make a move. And it's really on these 2 players up towards long B. There is that flash. A backstab now from Athena.
30 seconds left.
Trying to push it back one more. That's
Here we go.
a free kill. He might not even need to TP anymore. 2 versus 1 towards the octagon. Spotting now the rotation coming out from the Raze 2. There's that TP in the end. With 17 seconds left on the clock. Dodo Nut pushing out forward.
Open up the sky.
Orbital strike
that
to
timing.
Yeah, I mean, he tried to delay the plant. Molly on the ground. The wall bang. Still a plant. Now the swing across the shot misses. Unfortunately, a rare miss by Vernita and gets capitalized and punished by Mluo. And a showstopper on the retake. Also, Viper's Pit available. Pulse Pine available for Mluo with orbital strike, but playing close towards the site. The 2v1 won by FlyQuest. And that was a dominating attacker side for the FlyQuest team.
Yeah, dominating for sure, and dominating with a different kind of style as well. I mean, we talked about it all cast long, but it was just clean. It was just casual. You know, there was some heroic moments and some possibilities coming out for Catface, but the whole time, FlyQuest, they just looked cool, calm, collected. It wasn't that big of a deal for them, that map.
Yeah, for sure. And as you mentioned, Christine, that script that you were talking about was only going to be on Lotus. This was just an appetizer of what to come with the shots that we saw, at least, right? Maybe that the strategies in the meta came around in favor of FlyQuest, and especially those classics are going to sting here for Catface, but I'm sure it's a team that's able to fight back here, and that's going to happen after the break. So let's take that little 2 minutes, and we'll see you on the other side.
I wish for the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro.
Sean, do you mean this one, the one with titanium? Switch to Verizon. You can trade in any iPhone and get the new iPhone 15 Pro on them.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition for a new iPhone 15 Pro on us, only on Verizon.
Red Bull gives you wings.